Nothing conjures up feelings of nostalgia quite like a bowl of chicken noodle soup. In this vegan version, you get all of the comforting benefits of the original, but without the cholesterol and high sodium content of the most popular canned versions. Did you know that chickens are the world's dirtiest meat? Now, why in the world would you want to eat a soup with dirty, antibiotic-resistant chicken pieces floating around in it? You can read more about that in my blog post in the description box below. If you watched my last video on vegan tortilla soup, you know that when using jackfruit, marinating is key. If you have time, let it sit in the fridge overnight, but if you're in a rush, 4 hours should do the trick. Once your jackfruit is cooked, you can set it aside. The next step is to prepare your broth. Start off with sauteing onions and garlic and then let your veggie broth simmer on low heat for a few minutes. I used vegan bouillon cubes to add depth to the broth. I also used a tablespoon of each of these spices: sage, oregano, basil, bay leaves, and garlic salt. Add all of the spices to the broth and continue to simmer. After tasting the broth, I decided to add more veggie bouillon cubes until the flavor was to my liking. The last step is to add your veggies. No one likes mushy vegetables, so for this step, make sure the broth is simmering on very low heat at a taste that's already to your liking before you add in the veggies. By waiting until the last minute, you avoid overcooking them, especially the carrots, which tend to get mushy really fast. You should only cook the veggies until they are molto al dente, which means slightly undercooked. This way, you can store the soup in the fridge for at least 4 days and use it as a meal prep. A trick I learned to keep the noodles from getting mushy and falling apart was to store the cooked noodles in a separate bowl and then add them to the soup as you're reheating it. Whether you're trying to beat a cold or you just want to take a walk down memory lane, this recipe is easy enough to recreate and tasty enough to enjoy year-round. You can check out the full details on my blog, http://veganwith2v's.com, and let me know if you try any of these recipes in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching.